The Breakfast Flakes podcast brought to you by the Blue Cat Bar and Grill, next to the Roadside Event Center in Huntley. The Blue Cat, it's where it's at.
27 minutes after 5. Of all the political differences that I have with people, I don't know anybody that doesn't think they're paying too much property tax and paying it over and over and over. House is paid for. Not yet. We're going to need another property tax check. By the way, Mr. Wilson, I see you've done nothing to your house, and your taxes are 22% more this year.
Oh, way more valuable.
Right. Yeah. No, everybody would like to see some property tax relief, and that's Paul's idea. He's had that for a long time.
Yeah, I'm glad she likes it. I told it to the governor, and he blew me off. He said, well, kids will just transfer their houses to their parents. Well, you only get one exemption. You only get your residence.
Right.
Doesn't matter how many homes you own. Mm-hmm. You only get the one you live in.
Right.
And it's a great idea. And, you know, I'm surprised the libs out there wouldn't support it, because it would give seniors a way to have a little more disposable income in their pockets.
Right.
And tying it to a income base is perfectly fine with me.
Right.
You know, people who have retirement income of $75,000 a year or more, or whatever number parameter they would come up with, is fine with me. And I would even take it one step further. They could do it just like your federal income tax brackets. Mm-hmm. If you make between, say, $75,000 and $100,000 a year, you would get a 25% reduction in your property taxes, not the full one.
Right.
Anyone below that would get the full.
Right.
I mean, it's just the right thing to do. Okay. Look at seniors last week with the Social Security increase. They're going to get about $48. So multiply that times 12. Mm-hmm. Yippee skippy. That's less than $600 a year. It's not even keeping up with inflation.
No.
All that did was keep up with inflation growth from the month of September. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Right.
So I'm glad she's working to do those kind of things. It's awesome.
Also, I played that Lacey J. Dalton song, and I got a message from Terry Lynch who goes, I've never heard this song before. Lacey J. Dalton was pretty big in country radio back in the early, mid-'80s. Had that one, Taking It Easy, Black Coffee we still play, Crazy Blue Eyes, Wild Turkey. She did a duet with Bobby Bare called It's a Dirty Job, but Someone's Got to Do It.
16th Avenue?
Yep, big song.
Yeah.
Big song. And she'll be in Cody Saturday. She's 78 years old now, and she's doing a show in Cody. But here's the part.
How old is she?
78.
What time's it? 4?
Well, you like this, though. Tickets are only $15.
Oh, there you go.
So it's got to be an earlier start. I'll see if I can find the start time. Yeah, because that's not going to be a 9 o'clocker. Mm-hmm. But funny. But I need to know. I was asked this the most this weekend. Are you a grandpa yet?
Yes, I am.
Good.
Yep. She had her baby on, Maddie had her baby Friday. And, well, yeah, I announced it on Friday morning. She went in, right?
Right.
She went in Friday morning, and because her contractions were starting, and got to be about 5 o'clock.
Ugh.
And I was spraying, and I hadn't heard anything yet. So I text her husband. I said, how's it going, Zach? How's our girl doing? And I said, is she hanging in there? And nothing. And about 5:30, he texted me, and he said, and he gave me all the information. She had a baby girl, 8 pounds, 11 ounces.
Woof.
I told Manny, I said, you did not have a heifer bull. She said, no, I didn't. No heifer bull. 8 pounds, 11 ounces, 21 and a half inches long.
Okay.
It was in the 92nd percentile for size of babies, so it was a big baby. And it only took her 40 minutes from the time they had her start pushing. So that's pretty good.
Right.
Especially for a first one. Mm-hmm. When you have heifers out there, sometimes they'll go a couple hours. What? You ought to hear Maddie refer to it. She goes, Dad, it is so funny how it's so much like cows. Uh-huh. And I said, hey, birth is birth.
Right.
But yeah, she only had to push about 40 minutes, and it was born about 4:40. So that's why at 5 o'clock he didn't get back, because they're still cleaning the baby up and everything. And
right.
And they named it Sylvie May. And May, I for some reason the middle name May had some significance in Zach's family, but I didn't know this until my sister told me, but my dad's sister's middle name was May, and she's the one. She died at like age 27 of pneumonia back in like 1947.
Now, because it's your dad, I have to ask.
Yeah.
Was this a middle name that he gave her?
No, he didn't pick it. No, he did pick it. Not like my mom. My mom didn't have a middle name.
Right.
So, damn it, you're getting a middle name. Your name is now Claire. My dad named my mom my middle name. But so Sylvie May was born Friday. And doing well. They're home now. You know, they send them home. And so they're home now, getting the routine started. But since the baby was big, they have to prick their feet every time they feed because they have to take their glucose numbers and stuff because they're a bigger baby. They want to make sure they don't have like diabetes and stuff like that. You know?
Right.
They do that for the first 24 hours. But she FaceTimed me then about 3 hours after, and she did not look like I have seen women that have had babies. And she did not look like a woman that had a baby. She looked wonderful.
Good.
Great. So there were no problems, no complications. Had it in 40 minutes. So, yep. So we've got another one due in 60 days now.
Wow.
Jake and Jen are due on...
Is that because that was about the same interval between all your kids?
Pretty much, yeah. 60 days, Mark. Yeah, I was cranking them out. I'm like a pig, you know. That's what we do every 60 days, like a barn cat. That's me. Grab them behind the neck and drill them, and then you're due. That's what I do at the farm, you a-hole. God, you can't have a discussion with you about anything without getting a slam on my fertility. Gee, Minnie.
Get ready for a spooktacular October at the Roadside Event Center. Friday, October 11th, join them for Bingo, a fundraiser for Pack the Place in Pink. Get tickets now for Dueling Pianos on Friday and Saturday, October 18th and 19th. And plan for a Halloween weekend filled with fun. The Blue Cat has fantastic food and drinks. Sushi and sliders on Sundays, Italian Night Mondays, prime rib Saturdays, and loaded Bloody Marys all weekend. The Blue Cat Bar and Grill, Northern Avenue in Huntley, just 9 miles east of the Metro Park exit.
Yep, so mom and baby and everybody's doing well, and they're home now, and I had some pictures here. Let's see here. So, and she didn't have to have it in the middle of the night, which is good, you know. That's always good. Let's see. Yeah, she had to, after they're born 24 hours, and they take them and do their 24-hour check, you know, but there's Stevie.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, cutie, huh?
Yeah, real cute.
Yeah. So, yeah, I couldn't be happier. So, 10 fingers, 10 toes. Any more, folks? That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
I told Maddie, you're the best bailer I've ever had, so I'm not worried about her ability whatsoever. Well, everybody had their job. Maddie was my bailer.
Right.
And so I got about 4 bikes that I saved up there in the shed.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I have to fix tires first before, because that's what I do.
I know.
I fix tires.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, that was big news. And I told my mom. My mom was just elated. My mom's been doing a lot of praying for both Maddie and Jake's wife, and but she was praying to Saint Teresa. And I don't know their connections, but because Saint Teresa was a younger woman.
Okay.
And she felt that she could relate more to Maddie and Jenna than just going to the big guy in charge. You know, it's kind of like where you work, for folks. You go to your immediate supervisor first,
Right.
before you go to the top, right? That's what you're supposed to do,
Right, and see if you can work it out with them.
Yeah, but it made my mom really happy because Maddie, you know, when you're pregnant. You get a lot of swelling and stuff. You have so much blood and everything in your body, and her fingers were kind of swollen up, and she couldn't wear her wedding ring. So when she went to the hospital, so she wore my mom's. My mom gave Maddie some of her wedding stuff, and one was her wedding ring, and it was a little bigger. So Maddie was able to wear my mom's wedding ring, and Maddie called my mom and told her that she had her right there with her because she wore her wedding ring. And, of course, you know my mom. You know how moms are.
I know, but that's awesome.
I know it.
That's awesome.
So now my mom says, well, now I got to live longer. She says, Because I want to hold one of those baby. I love baby. I got to hold one of those babies. And I said, yeah, there you go. So anyway, that's it. Everything went good. And so yesterday I finished. I was doing some spraying and I'm winterizing some stuff. And I thought, you know what? Let's just celebrate a little bit. So I went out and I had this little. I tore the hell out of some prairie dogs yesterday, right next to my corral. Nobody has shot at them.
Right.
And they had just started. There's probably 10, 15 holes there. And I took my 17 out there. That thing drives nails, man. And I mean, I only took 10 shells with me because I didn't think there were that many out there, you know. And I just grabbed a handful and took them out there. I was 10 for 10. I mean, I was drilling these things like... And I thought, stupid. What? You're dumb. No, stay in the hole. Okay. Boom. And I mean, pa-toom. It was like hitting a stuffed pepper. Mm-hmm. And so that made me feel really good.
See, folks, on our show, we're as excited about ending life as we are when it begins.
Well, that's true. But, yeah, so. Oh, and I got to show you this. This pissed me off. Antelope season.
Yeah, see a lot of people posting pictures. Got theirs yesterday.
Yeah. Did anybody post this one? Did anybody post this one of my newly seeded wheat strip?
Oh.
Did anybody post this one of my newly weeded wheat strip? And somebody walked up in there and shot an antelope. And, of course, the big sissies, they can't pack it out. So they grab it by the legs and they drag it. I just finished seeing that 4 days ago, and they drag it. And so now I got a trail going diagonally across my wheat field. Mm-hmm. It looks like the trail when you hike down the lower falls in Yellowstone Park.
Right.
You know how they got those dirt beaten out rounded trail. And I thought, you know. Can't you at least carry it, put it on your shoulder or something and carry it out? Nope, we're going to drag it through your wheat. So now I got this big trail diagonal right through the middle of the wheat field. They don't care. They don't care. I thought, well, I hope your meat spoils on the way home when you stop at the bar, you drunk lizard. You know, but... Well, liking back to the baby story too, with Manny and Zach, you know, they didn't know whether they were having a boy or girl.
Right.
So it was a surprise to them. Zach, when he was there, he was able. The doctor let Zach sex the baby and tell Manny that it was a girl, you know, and. But when they prepared their nursery at home, they just did everything in neutral colors, and that's the same way. I like that. That's the same way with Jake and Jen and his wife. They don't know what they're having, and so it's kind of fun that way.
Well, here you go. Arthur sent a picture of somebody that got an antelope and put it on their backpack and packed it out of a field that way.
Yeah, there you go. I've seen guys, you know, there's nothing to them.
Right.
Once you get the guts out of them, you know. Geez, Mark, if I gutted you out, got your guts out, I could throw you around my shoulders and pack you out.
Good to know.
Yeah, see? So, but yeah, and it's going to be warm for the next couple days, I see. Hopefully, maybe, fingers crossed, some rain coming in Wednesday night into Thursday now, which is good. About a 50% chance of that. We could use some moisture. We had a pretty good turnout Friday out there.
Yes, we did.
At Bighorn Boots. And a lot of people coming out, signing up, want that trip. And, of course, a lot of them, you hear the stories about, I was number 15, I was number 7, I was the last one picked to the stage, but I made it to number blah, blah. Everybody remembers, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Everybody remembers where they were, what the pecking order was.
We had a number 2 in.
Yes, we did. Still not over it.
Still not over it.
I got a recliner or something. Well, that's not bad.
No.
Yeah, I think she got a Lazy Boy recliner.
I think so, yeah.
In fact, she had 2 Lazy Boys at one time. She had Mark, and she had that recliner.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, no problem. But pretty good turnout up there. We out this week?
Yes. The Town and Country Dublin Down Casino.
Oh, boy.
That's 11 to 1 on Wednesday. So we got 3 stop-bys left next 3 weeks.
And where's that one at? Where's that casino again? You said it's out by...
I think it's out there on the frontage road. What's the? There's an overpass right there. I think it's a Town and Country Supply convenience store now.
Oh.
And it used to be called something else, just the Blue Basket or something.
Oh, it's right there?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Right on that corner?
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay, now to this. A lot of interesting stuff I found on Facebook this morning. Have you opened your mail-in ballot yet?
Yes.
Does yours have, for president, one of the options is Robert F. Kennedy Jr.?
Yes. Yeah, it does. Yeah. There's a libertarian on there, too. Mm-hmm. And to make it even worse, I screwed up my ballot, so I got to go get another one.
Oh.
Well, I was paying bills. I got it Saturday. Or when did I get it? Yeah, I got it Saturday. So I was paying bills, and I had a lot of envelopes and stuff all there. Had them all open. And I said, I'm doing my ballot while everything's fresh on my mind. So I did my ballot, and I'll be a son of a gun. I forgot to put the ballot in the secrecy envelope, and I just put the ballot in the envelope.
Voting is hard.
I know it, and not the secrecy envelope. And
Right.
I'm going to throw all these old envelopes in the trash, and I found my secret. And I went, oh God! So I ran back in the living room, and I'll be son of a gun if the glue didn't already dry.
Of course.
So I had screwed that up. So I'm going to go get another ballot. Now, I can't get one today because I think today's a holiday, isn't it, for county workers?
Probably, yeah.
Because it's Columbus Day.
Right.
I know the banks are closed.
Right.
There weren't even any banks when Columbus discovered America. Why in the hell are you closed? Well, really?
Great observation.
Thank you. There weren't any banks around when he discovered America,
Just
so why are
looking-
you closed?
Columbus is just looking for one with a drive-through.
Exactly. They're all closed today. And I don't know if schools are in session today. I mean, I have no idea anymore what it's one of those weird holidays. It's like a President's Day. Some people get President's Day off, some people don't. And why, for God's sakes, do they think people don't need to do any business, any financing, or any money exchanging, any depositing? Nothing on those 2 days is beyond me. But that's the way they do it. And so I have to go get another ballot. Because you just can't go down and say, hey, I need another envelope to put my...
No.
You can't do that anymore.
Out of Shepherd, my daughter has got student-led parent-teacher conferences.
Today?
Today and tomorrow.
Oh, well, good. You can go out and see what's going on.
Another comment from the presidential ballot. Why is Kamala Harris on there? She didn't win the primary.
That's right.
All I've been saying since it happened.
Never got a vote.
No.
They just picked her. Isn't that something? Never got a vote. Yeah, she's on there. And, of course, on the Senate race, John Tester is the very first one at the top. Mm-hmm. Then there's a couple independent libertarian people. Then on the bottom, it's Tim Sheehy. I don't know how they decide how to do that, but get them in early, folks. Fill them out and get them in early. And boy, are they're running commercials. Whew. I mean, they're running commercials for everybody now.
Oh, God, your local newscast, that's all they are.
Oh, yeah.
Saw a thing on Fox this morning, Pennsylvania, another battleground area. They're going to spend $150 million in TV commercials. Mm-hmm.
The two liberal biased Supreme Court justices in Montana, they're really running a lot of ads. You know what? Public lands. It's about public land. Folks, your public lands have never been threatened. Mm-mm. Your public lands have always been public. There hasn't been one public land that is sold. None. Don't sell them. Nothing. It's all a farce. It's all a talking point.
Yeah, because the only time you hear about it are during elections.
Right. Yeah. Other than that, you never hear. You ever hear John Tester talking about public lands for the last 18 years, except for during an election? No. Same with these commie judges that are running. Well, public lands. And these people don't have power to do those kind of things. They could be a judge. They could be a senator. They don't have power to do any of that kind of stuff. It's crazy. And, boy, they'll run them because what they hear, and then they carry it, and you hear it. If you hear it long enough, it's a lie. Even if it's a lie, you just think it's the truth. Mm-hmm. And
tell Paul to check on the county because the city is open. The city traded a couple of years ago, decided to switch Columbus Day and Black Friday.
Oh, yeah? Well, if they are open, that's good. Boy, you would think the county election office would be, but then again, too, you know, days of days. You probably didn't see the comet, did you? Mm-mm. Over the weekend? So, well, I wouldn't expect you to. That was dusk. Sun was down, and it was just right in the twilight hours, but it was pretty neat. I took the dogs out. I could see it, but
Tell you what, I did see, and has had an effect on my morning. You know how you'll talk about something and the ad starts showing up in your Facebook feed? I watched and slept through quite a bit of that NASCAR race yesterday because I'd never seen one on the Roval, they call it. So there's one corner where you slow it down to 45, and that's a 180 and come back the other way. So it was some good racing. There's self-imposed penalties where you just stop your car, come to a complete stop, and then get going. So that was neat. But my phone was listening. So I'm going through stuff on Facebook this morning. I got pictures of every guy who's ever won a NASCAR race's house.
isn't that something? That's crazy.
I got ads for next week's race.
Oh, my God.
I can tell you who the bad guys are now, who the good guys are. Got pictures with their wives and all their kids.
Article in the paper, Tester tries to stay grounded. By the way, I got a question for John Tester if he ever wants to come in, and he won't. Headline today, affordable housing is disappearing as states scramble to try to catch up. Now, that's impossible because John Tester single-handedly made housing affordable for folks in Montana, and they're running commercials on that.
It's one of his main ones.
So did the bill that he got passed through the House of Representatives, then through the Senate and signed by the president, that only lower the cost of housing for people in Butte and in Missoula? No, he can't do it.
No.
These senators don't have power to do that. John Tester did this. No, he can't do it. He can't do it. The president can't even do it by himself. Affordable housing disappearing. Well, that's not what John Tester says in his commercials, is it?
No.
No. Thanks to John Tester, we can afford a house again. Because of what? He didn't do a damn thing, folks. It's all a lie. All a lie. Americans continue to struggle under high rents. 223,000 affordable housing units will disappear over the next 5 years. They were built with federal low-income housing tax credit. They pumped out 3.6 million units since 1986, way before John Tester even came into play, folks. Buildings can only be kept affordable for 30 years. Yeah, that's right. John Tester didn't do anything about housing. Not one thing. Not one thing. He can't. He's just one senator. Same thing with Tim Sheehy and John Tester commercial. Tim Sheehy can't go to Washington, D.C. if he's elected and say, okay, starting on February 1st, we're closing all rural hospitals in the country. What the hell makes you think a man has that kind of power?
The TV commercial.
Exactly. He can't do that.
Because if you hear it enough times.
He's not going to do it anyway. He knows how important it is in Montana to have rural. He knows it. He's donated money, millions of dollars, to hospitals. The one in Bozeman at the pediatric unit up there. Tester hasn't. So it's all BS, folks. It's all BS. Don't buy any of their crap. You know how you learn? Folks, you know how you learn about somebody? They do live interviews.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris will not do a live interview. She can't. She's a dingling. She can't answer the questions without a teleprompter. She avoids all the questions. You don't get anything solid from her. That's how you find out about candidates. You don't watch commercials.
Don't most jobs still have a live interview if you want to work there?
Yeah. You can't. Commercials. Folks, should we go down the list of things that you can buy on TV that promise to be the plug-in air conditioners where you plug them into your wall and it can drop the temperature of your whole house 25 degrees? Yeah, your ass.
Get ready for a spooktacular October at the Roadside Event Center. Friday, October 11th, join them for Bingo, a fundraiser for Pack the Place in Pink. Get tickets now for Dueling Pianos on Friday and Saturday, October 18th and 19th. And plan for a Halloween weekend filled with fun. The Blue Cat has fantastic food and drinks. Sushi and sliders on Sundays, Italian night Mondays, prime rib Saturdays, and loaded Bloody Marys all weekend. The Blue Cat Bar and Grill, Northern Avenue in Huntley, just 9 miles east of the Metro Park exit.
See? Oh, John Tester, he single-handedly brought down housing prices all across America. No, he didn't. Didn't do one damn thing. Just read you the article. Affordable housing disappeared. He can't. It's all lies. All lies. Buy Poof, the stain remover. Oh, yeah. You could spill wine and blood on your carpet. It could be there for 16 years, and you put Poof on it, Mark, and it's gone. You bet, right? We've seen them all. You know how you find out what these candidates are and what they believe in and what live interviews.
Yep.
Live interviews. Remember, we had Susie Hedlund in. She's running for superintendent of schools. We asked her questions live and one that she has to work on, and I mean, that's how you find out the truth. You don't let them put together a propaganda 30 or 60-second commercial that they can spend days on getting the wording right, the camera angle right, getting John Tester to say it right. That's not how you learn. Or look at his track record. Look at all these lifelong Republicans. I've been a lifelong Republican. Then why? Do you know Tester tried to impeach twice the man that you voted for president for? Mm-hmm. Lifelong my ass. You're not a lifelong Republican. You're a liar is what you are. You're a lifelong liar. He won't do any live interviews. You seen John Tester doing any live interviews anywhere? I haven't seen him. He does no fundraising because he has hundreds of millions of lobbyist cash dollars.
Right.
He's still out raising money. Join my team. He's still trying to do it.
In fact, he's here next Monday.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
Coming in next Monday.
Yeah, you and I are actually invited to the fundraiser.
Yeah, but he won't do any interviews. He goes to a place where he can talk to his people. That's not going to do you any good. You know what would do John Tester good? John Tester needs to come to a media outlet where they have tens of thousands of people listening that differ in opinions than John Tester. That's where you go.
That's what he needs to do, but that's never going to be
Folks,
what he does.
if you have a leak in your roof, do you go to the good shingles or do you go to where the hole is?
Yep.
You go to where the hole is. That's where he needs to go. If he goes to Missoula, if he goes to Butte, if he goes to the teachers' convention, if he does this, he's not going to the area that he needs to reach and convince. It's stupid. So what he's doing, he's trying to get all them to vote twice. But he won't. And folks, believe me, John Tester, if he loses, will become a lobbyist in Washington, D.C.
That's a lock.
He will be paid millions of dollars to use what he's acquired over the last 18 years to influence political decisions. Mm-hmm. That's what they become. He didn't buy a $1 million home in Washington, D.C. on lentils and spring wheat money.
Right.
He did not do that. And all that machinery he's got. And he didn't do it on his salary either. So that's what he'll become.
Hank had a Tester person stop by his house this weekend, asked if I was voting for him. I said no. Her response was, well, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Not an opinion. Didn't try to sway my vote. Just walked off.
Yeah.
Mr. Tester, these people aren't helping you.
Yeah, they're not. He was at a Labor Day picnic at Rose Park in Billings on September 2nd. See, listen to this article. This is from Sunday. Before absentee ballots find their way to... John Tester knew right where he needed to be. He was in Butte, an incumbent Democrat and the only working farmer in the Senate. What does that have anything to do with being in Butte?
Nothing.
We have doctors who are in the Senate. Mm-hmm. We have lawyers in the Senate.
Well, doesn't Tester say he's the only senator with a second job?
Yeah, and he's full of crap.
Right.
He started a day. Listen to this article. God, you people. How about this? He knew right where he had to be. The incumbent Democrat and the only working farmer in the Senate started the day on the big sandy plot that his grandparents homesteaded more than a century ago. Now, they were from out of state. Mm-hmm. They could say that because you know how Democrats hate people that want to move here. John Tester has a new commercial telling everybody he wants to stop families, businesses, people from coming in, getting a ranch, getting started. He wants to stop all those people that have dreams of coming to Montana. He wants to stop all of them. If you have a family and you're a doctor and you have a wife and 2 young children, he doesn't want you coming here. No. He went to West Yellowstone and Ennis. Tester ended the day in Butte, the city on whose back America was electrified. See, he goes to all the places where he knows he'll be praised, loved, and the photo ops will show him in a good light.
Yeah.
He didn't go to Hay Basin, north of town, I can tell you that. He's down 14-1 there. Mm-hmm. But, and he should. He should. Why? You would think that he would love to come in here because I'm a farmer. You know, 2-job guy.
Right.
I'm a farmer. Been doing 2 jobs longer than John Tester has.
Fact.
He could come in here, but I think folks will all be glad when it's over.
Oh.
No doubt. They put a picture in the paper of John Tester on his tractor on his farm in 2018. 6 years ago. By the way, you should put a little... He's got a different tractor now. That's not the track one that he's got now. So he's got a different tractor now. You can put that in there. A demonstrator with Montanans for Palestine was removed after interrupting him speaking at the Metcalf dinner. Oh, yeah, remove him. Free speech. They hate free speech. Yeah, but anyway, I think we'll all be glad. You know, something you didn't hear over the weekend either, folks, about these crazy Democrats, and there's a bunch of them. They caught a guy with a gun at a Trump rally over the weekend. Did you see that?
Couple guns.
Yeah.
Buddy, you want to talk about the wrong place to be with loaded weapons right now?
That's a bad spot. Had a shotgun, loaded handgun. He had fake passports in his vehicles. Las Vegas resident. Had a homemade license plate on his car. I don't know how you get away with that. You got to be a pretty good craftsman to have a homemade license plate.
You do. Those are harder to make than they look.
They are. Well, where he's going, he'll learn how to make them right.
I think they let him go, Paul.
Oh, yeah? Suspicion. Officials said the incident did not impact the safety of the former president. And driver claimed to be a journalist. No journalist has firearms.
He reported to the authorities, I've always got guns with me. I travel with them all the time.
But, you know what? Here's a question. Here's another question for you, folks. I'm thinking about this. I'm out there over the weekend doing a little spraying and stuff. How does Alexandro Mayorkas, how does he even have a job? Folks, Mayorkas, how does he have a job? You know, Joe Biden and Kamala, you know they haven't fired anybody.
No.
In 4 years. No one. Now, they've had people quit because they can't stand them, but they haven't fired anybody. You know what Mayorkas is in charge of? Folks, Mayorkas is in charge of these things. The Secret Service, the border, and FEMA. Those 3 things. The border, FEMA, can you believe? And the Secret Service. Look at the letdowns we have had just in the last year from those agencies that he is in charge of. How come he is not fired? Folks, I don't care what political side you're on. That man is incompetent. He should have been fired long ago. Secret Service, FEMA, and the border. Still got his job. And we'll pay him till he's dead once he gets out of there. Because at 12 noon on January 20th of 2025, if the election goes a certain way, he is no longer in charge of the Secret Service, the border, and FEMA. I can guarantee you that. So, but anyway, your ballots are out. If you're an absenteer, they should have arrived in your mailbox either Saturday or probably today in Yellowstone County. I don't know about the other counties. And then if you're not, you got 3 weeks. Got another 3 weeks to go here, and then it'll finally be all over. Then all the candidates will get back to normal. Then they'll go back to what they really are.
That's right. No, you're exactly right.
Yeah, then they'll go back to what they really are. The snow job is over. The indoctrination of you is over. So our trip party, though, is 3 days before the election. I wish it was 3 days after. But it's 3 days before. So we'll just have to.
Still going to be good.
It'll be a good one.
Okay, folks, first news coming up, One Line Monday after 7 here on The Cat.
The Breakfast Flakes podcast brought to you by the Blue Cat Bar and Grill. Next to the Roadside Event Center in Huntley. The Blue Cat. It's where it's at.